Oh, sorry. Welcome back, everybody. I was just getting caught up in the groove, the groovy music. I'm reading a book about World War II right now. By the time this episode comes up, I'll probably have finished it. It's not too long of a book, and I'm about a third of the way through, so I'll probably have it finished. Hopefully within the next week of recording this, so let's say before Thanksgiving, and well, I think this is coming out before Thanksgiving, but I'm gonna assume I'm gonna have the book finished by the time you're seeing this. Anyway, it's about World War II. It's about Navy pilots in World War II specifically. I'm really enjoying it, but the author used the expression "in the groove" because that's what pilots called it when they were landing on aircraft carriers. And I was like, interesting. Interesting. So, but that's not what we're doing today. We're not talking about Navy pilots. We are gaining some levels, slowly but surely, and talking about memory. So this place is all, I don't know what that symbol is. It's a rose, maybe? Kind of looks like a rose, right? Rose and wings and something. I'm sure we will have an explanation of what this is. Oh, that's definitely a rose. Lots of roses. So, anyway, we'll see. But in terms of memories, oh goodness, I think we have to get through this again, which is actually fine because I wanted to gain some levels, so this will be a good way for me to do that. And then we can try and fight Riku again, and we'll see how this goes. But so the memory that I wanted to talk to you about, well, it's not a memory that I'm going to talk to you about, it's something I read, which I guess is kind of a memory, but it's kind of different too. I don't really know how that works. But anyway, before I was reading the book on oh my goodness, get me out of here. I was oh, these guys are really the worst because even though they have low cars, they just do this like relentless attack. Anyway. Whatever. Ah! The book I was reading, now back to my story now that I've kind of wandered off. Before the Navy book was the book Jesus of Nazareth by Emeritus Pope Benedict, whom I actually really like. He's such an academic, and I'm such an academic, and he knows a lot of languages and stuff, so I just really like him, you know. But, point being, it was a really great book, and I really recommend, like, everybody read it, even if it's not normally your thing. Read it, it's so good. So, one of the things that he talked about was the importance of recollection. And the reason he was talking about it was because, well, the purpose of the book is trying to recreate in some way the historical Jesus. So, if you've ever done some historical study, you know that it's very difficult to get an accurate sense of what people were like back in the day. And, you know, in part that's because we just don't have the records. In part that's because cultural expectations are really different. So some things that are fine for, you know, me wouldn't fly 50 years from now. I'm kind of messing up my timelines here. I'm feeling like a Time Lord. Don't mind me. The point is, it can be difficult to do honest, authentic, accurate historical work. Okay. But Benedict is such a brilliant man. He does such a great job. But in this vein, of course, the only record that we have that's kind of considered authoritative is the Bible. But of course the Bible is not just a historical document. It's a lot of things. And so it can be hard to read it. And let's see, just go this way. And in his discussion of the Bible, one of the points, one of the things that he raises, I don't know how you want to kind of frame it, but the Synoptic Gospels, so if you don't know what synoptic means, I actually am not 100% sure what synoptic means. I mean, I know it linguistically, it's to see together, synoptic, but I'm not actually sure what that means in terms of the Gospels. I guess it's just the ones that were kind of written at the same time. At least that's what I imagine it is, but I don't... I'm just so used to the term that I've never really dealt with why they called them the synoptic. Oh no. And... whatever, it doesn't really matter. The point is, the Synoptic Gospels are Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John is the odd guy out. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of a weird Bible, or weird Gospel. Which is fine, I mean, it's not like it's the Gospel of Thomas or something. That's weird in a bad way. That's why it's considered non-canonical. Anyway. You're getting a little biblical exegesis today, which is hilarious because I have not studied biblical exegesis at all. But anyway. The Gospels, particularly the Synoptic Gospels, are Gospels of, in a sense, memory. They were written generally by people who had good evidence of Jesus, and although they were writing to different audiences, Greeks versus Jews versus whatever, They have a lot in common. They seem to be written maybe around the same time, etc., etc. 3 and up. 3 and up. 3 and up. 3, 3 and up. 3, 3 and up. 3 and 3. Okay, sorry. I'm getting distracted. Anyway, with the Gospels, they are Gospels of remembering, of looking back at the life of Jesus and understanding in a new way what the message of Jesus was. And to give kind of an example of what I mean, and by what I mean what Benedict means, and hopefully I'm not putting words into his brilliant mouth. When Jesus was with his disciples, he would use parables. That's the thing most people know about Jesus, the parable thing. And in the context of the parable thing, he would say a lot of things that didn't really make a lot of sense. Just this week, this Sunday, was the gospel reading of the 5 wise and the 5 foolish virgins. And a lot of what my priest talked about in the homily was how it would probably be very confusing to the first audience, because why are the 5 wise virgins being so mean to the 5 foolish virgins? They just forgot their oil for their lamps. It's not like committed some crime. But everybody's really mean to them. Everybody! And so, revealing the kingdom in that way sometimes didn't really make sense until you became Christian. Well, not Christian at that time, but until you followed Jesus, or maybe even until after his resurrection, like when he said things like, "You will destroy this temple and I will rebuild it in 3 days," and people will be like, "Okay, that's right, Jesus. I mean, we know you're a carpenter, but nobody can rebuild the temple in 3 days. FYI, like, come on." So, that didn't really make sense until the resurrection. And then people, his disciples, all went, "Oh, I see." And so Pope Benedict was saying that it's in remembering and in recollection that we understand. And it was interesting to read that while also playing this game and thinking about this game, because I think it is similar to some of the ideas that this game was trying to get across. And we're going to wrap this episode here, but next time I will actually read some of the passages from Pope Benedict's book, just to give you a better sense, using his own words, of what the idea is, and so hopefully that will help. Until then, though, we're gonna get attacked from behind. That happens. But until then, take care of yourselves, share, like this video, and until next time, Interceptor out.